Alright, today's Saturday, March 26th. Let's do a little update here. The different systems. Here's the wicking bed with the radishes. They're looking alright. Don't know when they're going to be ready. Here's the bathtub grow bed. The watermelon plant has been in here a few weeks now. It's got some. It's got 2 watermelons coming out. There it is. And the rest of this bed has just some things I planted yesterday that I brought home from the store. There's some parsley. That just went in yesterday. There's some celery. And that over there is cilantro, coriander. So these all went in yesterday. The celery and the cilantro I'm testing it out in both the gravel grow beds and in the rafts. So we'll see which one works better. Here's another celery plant. These tiny little basil plants, I didn't actually plant those. Those came out of nowhere, just from whatever seeds fell off of the other basil plants, and obviously germinated. And there's some more cilantro. The rest of this bed, this is the one with a lot of basil, the purple basil on it. There's the old green basil plant. This is the one that started some stems. Some stems started coming out of the base of the trunk. Here's the old woody trunk from before. This plant is this is zucchini. I believe it's zucchini or zapallo. I think zapallo is the same thing as zucchini. Here's a little hot pepper plant that I brought from the store also. This I did not grow up from seed, so I'll see how this does. I had a jalapeno plant in here before that did all right, so we'll see how that goes. And then the rest of this bed has mostly this purple basil in it. There's also some rosemary back here. There's the rosemary. And then the grow bed right next to it also has, this one has 2 purple basil plants in here. Yeah, there's the other one. And we're down to one cherry tomato plant it's not doing well at all. The tomatoes are ripening way before they should be. They're not reaching the size that they should be reaching. I picked a lot of them off yesterday, like these, for example. That's not going to do anything. And they look dry too. Not much about this plant is looking good right now, so I may have to throw this out next week. I don't know. The cucumber is still producing. Must have picked off, say 3 or 4 pounds worth of cucumbers just this morning. I'll post a picture of those later. They're not on the plant now, obviously. And then the rest of this plant has tarragon right here. Oh, this is part of the tomato plant. We've got an oregano plant and more tarragon over here. Over to the raft beds. These are the lettuces. These are the ones, these have been in the system for a long time. They don't look good at all, really. They bolted a long time ago. I left them in the system just kind of to experiment. They've gone from pale to green to pale, back to green again as I play with the iron. That's good for experimenting with anyways. The spinach looks awful. But anyway, I'll figure this out eventually. And then these lettuces I just planted these yesterday. I bought these at the store, the starters. And again, I'm just trying different things here with the raft system until I find something that works in this weather. This last bed I planted, this one has coriander in it and some chives, both of which I bought at the store as well. And it's got this watermelon plant. That one seems okay. It's a little on the pale side. This one in the corner definitely looks worse. So we'll see if one or both of those make it. Here's the other the larger wicking bed that I've got some asparagus growing in. Asparagus, you know, there's one spear, a couple spears down there, little ones. Maybe in another year or so it'll be producing thicker ones. My understanding is you just have to keep cutting it until eventually it'll start producing better looking spears. The water right now in the system is cloudy. I'm not sure why. This happened yesterday. I added potassium and chelated iron to the system. I suspect the potassium might have something to do with it. I'm not sure. It was solid potassium that came mixed with some nitrogen, and it was potassium K2O. So I'm not sure if maybe that mixed with something else in the system to create this milky looking appearance. The pH is fine, it's at 6.8, but as you can see the water is not clear, it's cloudy. The fish ate this morning though, they don't seem to be stressed by it. So I'm just going to keep an eye on it. Hopefully it clears up in a couple days. But it's very strange, and it happened kind of all of a sudden, but not all of a sudden right after I added the chemicals. It didn't happen for a couple hours later. I did take the filter off the pump yesterday and ran the system without it. Maybe that's what caused it, I'm not sure. But the filter's back on now. I did that just because the gravel beds are really the filters. I don't see why the pump needs to have a filter on it. So, but anyway, we'll see what happens here in the next couple days. That's about it.